boy thought the wolf killed his father, until it led him to a truth buried under the ice. No one knew why the wolf returned to the same frozen lake every winter. On the coldest night of every year, it would emerge silently from the forest and sit at the center of the ice, staring at something beneath the frozen surface. It never hunted, never howled, and never allowed anyone near. Before sunrise, it would disappear into the trees as if it had never been there. The villagers feared it, calling it a ghost of the woods, but 14-year-old Elias felt something different the first time he saw it. The wolf's silver-gray fur shimmered beneath the moonlight, and though its scarred face looked fierce, its eyes carried something unexpected: sadness. Elias had lost his father 3 winters earlier. The man had vanished in those same woods, leaving behind only footprints that ended at the frozen lake. Most believed wolves had taken him, but Elias had never accepted that explanation. So when the wolf turned and looked directly at him before quietly walking away, he felt certain it wanted him to follow. The next night he returned, and once again the wolf appeared. This time, it led him deep into the forest, stopping often as if making sure he stayed behind. Eventually, they reached an abandoned cabin buried in snow. Inside, Elias found something that made his heart stop: his father's knife resting on an old wooden table. Beneath a loose floorboard, hidden under years of dust, was a journal. As Elias turned the pages, he recognized his father's handwriting. At first, the entries were ordinary, but soon they became frantic. His father wrote of strange tracks of the wolf following him and of something hidden beneath the ice. The final entry read, "If you find this, Elias, trust the wolf. It has been trying to show me the truth. Tomorrow I break the ice." That was the last sentence. No explanation, no ending. Driven by fear and hope, Elias returned to the frozen lake with the wolf the following night. Snowstorm winds howled around them as the wolf pawed desperately at one exact spot on the ice. Elias grabbed an old axe and struck the frozen surface again and again until cracks spread outward. Beneath the water, he saw the shape of a body. His hands trembled as he pulled it free, certain he had found his father. But when he rolled the body over, it was a stranger. Frozen in the man's hand was an old photograph. Elias stared in disbelief. It showed his father standing beside the stranger, and between them sat a younger wolf. On the back, written in faded ink, were the words, "For the day he remembers." The wolf approached him slowly, whining softly. Elias noticed an old leather collar hidden beneath her thick fur. Attached to it was a rusted tag engraved with one name, Luna. Suddenly, a forgotten memory returned. He saw himself as a small child, laughing as a wolf pup licked his hand while his father knelt beside him, smiling. "Her name is Luna," he had said. "She'll always find her way home." Inside the stranger's coat, Elias discovered one final letter. His hands shook as he unfolded it. It was written by the man he had called father. "Elias, if you're reading this, then Luna succeeded. You must know the truth. The man beside me is your real father. I am not. I found you both 12 years ago after an avalanche. Only you survived. This man saved Luna before he died, trying to save you. I raised you as my own because I could not leave you alone in this world. But Luna never forgot. Every winter, she returned here, waiting for someone to remember." Tears filled Elias's eyes as the truth settled over him. The father he had mourned had not betrayed him. He had loved him enough to become his father. And Luna, faithful and patient, had spent 12 years guarding the memory of the man who saved them both. She had not returned for revenge or rescue. She had returned so the truth would not be lost. As dawn painted the snow with golden light, Luna gently rested beside Elias. Her breathing grew slower. He held her close, tears freezing on his cheeks. "You can rest now," he whispered. Her tail moved once, softly, and then she closed her eyes forever. Before leaving, Elias found a small key tied beneath Luna's collar. It opened a hidden compartment in the cabin, where one final note waited from the man who had raised him. It read, "Family isn't always who gives you life. Sometimes it's who stays. Sometimes it's who waits." Years later, Elias still returned to that frozen lake every winter. Not because he feared what lay beneath the ice, but because when the snow fell and the forest grew quiet, he could still hear soft paw steps behind him. Gentle, familiar, as if Luna was still there, keeping her promise, always finding her way home.